Picture this. You're standing in the grocery store aisle, staring at two nearly identical brown powders. One package says cocoa, the other says cacao. They look the same, smell similar, and both promise that rich chocolate flavor we all love. But then you spot the price tag, and one costs significantly more. Or maybe you notice words like raw or superfood on the packaging, and suddenly, doubt creeps in. Have I been choosing the wrong one this entire time? Is there genuinely a difference here? Or am I being sold on marketing hype? Well, today, we're getting to the bottom of this mystery. Cocoa versus cacao, what separates them, and does it actually matter for your kitchen? Let's investigate, right here on Stories Behind Everything. Let's begin at the source of everything chocolate. Both cocoa and cacao originate from the identical plant, a tropical tree scientifically named Theobroma cacao. That Latin name translates beautifully to food of the gods. And honestly, whoever came up with that nailed it. This remarkable tree produces large, colorful pods containing seeds, better known as cacao beans. These beans are the foundation of every chocolate product in existence. So whether we're discussing cocoa or cacao, both start their journey inside those vibrant pods growing on cacao tree branches. The key distinction emerges not from the tree itself, but from what happens after harvest. When cacao pods are picked, farmers extract the beans, ferment them for several days, then dry them under the sun. Up to this point, the process remains identical for both products. But here's the critical fork in the road. Some beans undergo high-temperature roasting. These transform into cocoa. Other beans receive minimal heat treatment or stay completely unroasted. These become cacao. Put simply, cocoa equals roasted beans. Cacao equals raw or lightly processed beans. Now, you're probably thinking, why should I care about this distinction? Because that seemingly minor processing difference creates massive variations in taste, consistency, and nutritional content. Let's explore taste first, since that's probably what you notice immediately. Cocoa delivers that mellow, familiar chocolate flavor most of us grew up with. It's the taste foundation of hot cocoa, brownies, chocolate cakes, and virtually every chocolate treat you've enjoyed. The roasting process develops a rounded, slightly sweeter profile that works perfectly with sugar, dairy, and fats. Cacao, however, presents a bolder, more aggressive flavor profile. It's noticeably less sweet, decidedly more bitter, and carries fruity or earthy notes that feel closer to chocolate's original wild character. Some people describe it as intensified dark chocolate. It lacks cocoa's cozy familiarity, but delivers complexity and depth, like comparing a polished studio recording to a raw acoustic performance. Cacao is unrefined, authentic, and somewhat untamed. This makes cacao popular in recipes demanding that powerful, unprocessed character. Things like smoothie bowls, protein balls, or health-conscious desserts. Meanwhile, cocoa remains the standard choice for traditional baking or preparing classic hot chocolate, thanks to its smoother texture, easier incorporation, and instantly recognizable taste. But taste represents just the surface level of this comparison. The more significant conversation revolves around nutritional value. Because cacao undergoes minimal heat exposure, it preserves considerably more natural nutrients and beneficial compounds. This includes flavonoids, powerful antioxidants associated with cardiovascular health, enhanced circulation, and even mood elevation. Cacao also provides substantial amounts of magnesium, iron, and dietary fiber, earning its reputation in wellness circles as a legitimate superfood. Cocoa, despite containing some beneficial elements, sacrifices a portion of these advantages during the roasting phase. The elevated temperatures degrade certain antioxidants and vitamins, leaving cocoa with diminished nutritional impact compared to its raw counterpart. This explains why cacao frequently appears with labels like raw, organic, or superfood grade. It represents chocolate in its most unaltered state. But here's an interesting twist worth considering. Even though cacao technically offers superior nutrition, it doesn't automatically make it the better choice for everyone. Its raw, bitter nature means most people instinctively reach for sweeteners or milk to improve palatability. And that somewhat undermines the whole point of choosing the healthier option. Conversely, cocoa, particularly unsweetened varieties, can absolutely fit into a nutritious diet when used thoughtfully. The majority of chocolate products we genuinely enjoy, from candy bars to layer cakes to warming beverages, rely on cocoa rather than cacao. Cocoa simply performs better in most applications. It dissolves more readily, presents less bitterness, and delivers that comforting flavor that evokes childhood memories and cozy moments with steaming mugs of hot chocolate. Speaking of practical applications, let's examine how they actually perform in your kitchen. If you've attempted substituting one for the other in recipes, you've likely discovered they don't behave identically. Cocoa powder excels in baking situations. It interacts favorably with leavening agents like baking soda and baking powder because roasting reduces its acidity. This also explains why many commercial cocoa powders undergo Dutch processing, an alkaline treatment that further mellows the flavor and enhances smoothness. Cacao powder, by contrast, behaves quite differently. Its raw, unprocessed nature means higher acidity levels, which can interfere with texture development or proper rising in baked items if you're not careful with adjustments. Cacao shines brightest in no-bake desserts, blended drinks, or as garnishes for yogurt and oatmeal. If you've explored healthy snacking, you've probably encountered cacao nibs, those small, crunchy fragments of crushed cacao beans. They're intensely bitter, but contribute wonderful texture and profound chocolate depth to various dishes. Bottom line, baking brownies? Choose cocoa. Making a smoothie? Go with cacao. That's straightforward. But beyond flavor profiles and nutritional charts, there's another dimension to this comparison worth acknowledging: the overall experience and feeling they create. Cocoa carries nostalgia, warmth, and reassuring familiarity. It's that childhood mug of cocoa after playing in the snow, or the aroma of chocolate cake filling the kitchen on Sunday afternoon. Cacao, in contrast, feels refined and elemental. It represents chocolate's flavor before civilization sweetened it and transformed it into confection. It offers a more primitive, unfiltered encounter with what chocolate tasted like before becoming our favorite indulgence. So which wins the battle, cocoa or cacao? Truthfully, that depends entirely on your priorities. If you're seeking that traditional chocolate taste and a reliable ingredient for baking or comforting beverages, cocoa delivers perfectly. It's adaptable, pleasant, and dependable. However, if you're aiming to experience pure, minimally altered chocolate essence while potentially gaining extra nutritional benefits, cacao stands as the superior choice. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you proper recognition for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this exploration through stories behind everything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories discovered through the smallest details.